Vanessa had just finished a long, exhausting shift at the hotel lounge. The night air hung still, and the once bustling space had gone quiet. As she wiped down the last table, ready to head home, a man in a designer suit stumbled in, clearly intoxicated. His eyes were glassy, and his words slurred. He mumbled to no one in particular about losing everything: his company, his family, his hope. Other guests averted their gaze. The hotel staff kept their distance, pretending not to see. But Vanessa saw him. Instead of walking away, she approached with kindness. She gently guided him to a seat, poured him a glass of water, and listened as he spoke through tears and confusion. He didn't look like a billionaire in that moment, just a man who had hit rock bottom. She didn't judge him or ask questions. She simply cared. When it was clear he couldn't get home safely, Vanessa used her own money to call a ride. And when the driver hesitated, she went with him herself. At his lavish but lonely penthouse, she helped him inside and made sure he was okay. Before she left, she scribbled a small note and placed it beside him: "You're more than your worst night. Take care of yourself." She closed the door quietly and walked away, not knowing his name, not expecting anything in return. She just did what she believed was right. That one small act of compassion was about to change both their lives forever. Sunlight filtered through the floor-to-ceiling windows of Matthew Crane's penthouse, piercing through the remnants of a long, dark night. He woke slowly, his head pounding from the alcohol, his thoughts clouded with fragments of shame, regret, and something else: kindness. As he sat up, trying to make sense of the evening before, his eyes landed on a folded note placed carefully on the coffee table. He picked it up with shaky hands. The handwriting was unfamiliar, but the words hit him with surprising force: "You're more than your worst night. Take care of yourself." It wasn't just a note. It was a mirror reflecting what he had forgotten: his humanity. Matthew Crane, one of the wealthiest hotel owners in the country, felt a lump in his throat. Not because he had drunk too much, but because someone had cared enough to help him when he had nothing to offer, not even dignity. He turned to his assistant, who had just arrived, and asked one question: "Who helped me get home?" After a few quick calls, the answer came back: "A waitress from one of your hotels." Vanessa. He was stunned. A woman working the late shift at the bottom rung of his empire had shown him more compassion than anyone in his inner circle. Something deep shifted inside him: humility, gratitude, and a growing awareness that he had been blind to the very people who made his world function. And for the first time in a long while, he wanted to make something right. 1 week later, Vanessa sat in the modest break room of the hotel, sipping lukewarm coffee from a paper cup. Her uniform was neatly pressed, though the long hours showed in her eyes. She laughed with a coworker as they folded napkins, joking about bills and her dream of becoming a nurse. "One paycheck at a time," she said with a smile that hid the struggle. Just then, her manager poked in. "Vanessa, someone's asking for you in the lobby." Her stomach sank. Guests only asked for staff when something went wrong. Bracing herself, she walked out, adjusting her apron, but what she saw stopped her cold. Standing near the grand chandelier was Matthew Crane. Clean-shaven, in a tailored suit, but softer now. His eyes found hers instantly. "Vanessa," he said, stepping forward. "You probably didn't expect to see me like this." He held out a thick envelope, but it wasn't just paper he was offering. "You didn't just help a drunk man get home. You helped someone find his way back to who he used to be. People like you, you're the heart of this place." Vanessa blinked, confused. "I don't understand," she whispered. "You will," he said gently. "Open it when you're ready. But just know, this world needs more people like you. And I want to build one that does." The lobby suddenly felt still. For the first time in her life, Vanessa was seen, not just as a waitress, but as someone who mattered. The golden glow of sunset bathed the rooftop in soft light as Vanessa stepped onto the terrace, still unsure why she had been called there. The city stretched out beneath her, bustling, indifferent, yet up here, everything felt quiet. Peaceful. Waiting. Matthew Crane stood at the edge, hands in his pockets, watching the skyline. He turned as she approached, his expression calm but earnest. "I wanted to bring you here for a reason," he said, holding out a folder. Vanessa took it slowly, confused. Inside were legal documents. Ownership papers. Her name, printed clearly at the top. She laughed, stunned. This has to be a mistake." "It's not," Matthew replied gently. "I'm stepping back from the business. It's time. But this place needs someone with real heart. You didn't just see a drunk man that night, you saw a human being. That's leadership most people never even understand." Vanessa stood frozen, the weight of it all pressing against her chest. "I'm a waitress," she whispered, trembling. "You're more than that," he said. "You led with kindness when no one else did. That's the kind of person I want shaping this hotel's future." Tears spilled down her cheeks. She looked out at the horizon, the lights flickering on across the city. A future she never imagined now unfolded before her, not because she chased it, but because she chose to care when it mattered most. In that moment, she wasn't just the girl who helped a stranger. She was the woman who changed everything. A month had passed, but everything had changed. Vanessa walked through the hotel lobby, not in a waitress uniform, but in a soft cream-colored suit that fit her like a promise fulfilled. Her name now glowed in elegant letters above the entrance, the Vanessa Grace Hotel. Guests moved with ease, staff smiled with pride, and the once cold lobby now felt like a living heartbeat of kindness. She greeted the receptionist by name, stopped to check in with the kitchen, and paused when she saw something that made her heart swell, a young maid gently helping an elderly guest with their bags, offering the same patient care Vanessa had once shown. She turned to a newly mounted plaque on the wall beside the doors. It read, "Kindness is the key that opens the most unexpected doors." Vanessa reached out and touched it, emotion brimming in her eyes. She remembered everything, those long nights of dreaming, the exhaustion, the doubt, and the night that had changed it all. This hotel wasn't just a business now. It was a beacon. A place that believed in people. In second chances. In leading with heart. She looked around the space she now owned, not with pride, but with deep humility. This wasn't just her story of rising up. It was a reminder to everyone who walked through those doors, one small act of kindness could echo farther than anyone ever imagined. And sometimes, it could even change the world.